I stole money from my mother, and she thanked me for it. 3 years ago, my family was going through one of the hardest times of our lives. My father had lost his job, bills were piling up, and every conversation at home seemed to end in silence or worry. I had just turned 18 and desperately wanted to help, but nobody would hire a kid with no experience. Every day I watched my parents struggle while pretending everything was fine. One afternoon, I overheard my mother talking on the phone. She was asking a relative for a loan. Her voice was shaking. When she hung up, she sat at the kitchen table and cried. That moment broke me. A few days later, I noticed an envelope in my uncle's room while visiting him. It contained cash she was saving for a new phone. I knew it was wrong, but I convinced myself I was borrowing it. I took the money and used it to pay part of our overdue electricity bill. When my mother found out the bill had been paid, she looked relieved for the first time in months. Maybe God is looking out for us, she said with a smile. Her words hit me like a punch. Every day after that, the guilt grew heavier. I couldn't enjoy meals. I couldn't sleep properly. Every time my uncle called, I was terrified he had discovered what I had done. Then one evening, he did. He came to our house and asked if anyone had seen the money. My heart felt like it would explode. Everyone said no. I looked at my mother. She trusted me completely. That was the moment I realized I wasn't helping my family anymore. I was hurting them. The next morning, I went to my uncle's house and confessed everything. I expected him to yell at me or tell the whole family. Instead, he sat quietly. After a long silence, he asked, "Why didn't you come to me and ask for help?" I didn't have an answer. Later that day, my entire family found out. My mother cried. My father looked disappointed. Nobody shouted, but somehow that made it worse. For months, I worked every small job I could find, delivering packages, washing cars, helping neighbors with repairs, anything to repay every rupee I had taken. When I finally returned the full amount, my uncle smiled and handed the money back to me. This time, he said, take it as a gift, not as a theft. I learned something important that year. Good intentions don't erase bad decisions. If you need help, ask for it. The people who love you would rather hear the truth than be protected by a lie. To this day, my mother still doesn't know that her moment of relief came from the worst decision I ever made.